DL Tillery here, and I'm here to add to my writer's vlog. This is the first video that I am doing since the vlog came out last week. Well, just this past Sunday. This is being recorded on the 15th of good old May. And I decided just to go ahead and start right out doing the recording so I can get the first one done. But yeah, I'm probably going to do 2 videos this week or whatever, to make sure, as I did want to try to get at least 5 sessions recorded of me talking about what I'm doing. But as you know, I didn't make the deadline for April for finishing Caliostro Caliostro Book 2 draft. So here I am starting. I'll be writing tonight. Probably not a very long session, meaning probably 2 hours after work and mommy time. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. I did want to just pop in and say that a lot going on. School year ending, getting my daughter ready. I gotta do her school picture soon. I had the meeting with her academy on the 10th, I think it was, or something, which was last week. So that closes out everything. So she's finished up the school year, and she's going to be going to 2nd grade later. But yeah, so that's been going on, and I'm trying to get my writing sessions, and just my mental state is just not. And I just don't feel like it when I get home from work and all the other stuff. I have to manage the household and budget and do all this and that. The energy levels that's left for writing is not high, which I need my mind to be in a place to imagine and not imagine bad stuff. So yeah, but I'll be writing this evening. Hopefully I can start getting in more frequent writing sessions like I planned on my schedule. But hopefully I'll be able to fix that up and get to work better. But anyway, I'm liking where the story's going with Caliostro so far, book 2. It's funny how new things occur that you didn't think of before, because the story is pretty much done in my head. The beginning and then the outcome of what everything that happens has already been planned. Has already decided. So when some other things, like the in-between stuff, some of the subplotting stuff changes due to the character's growth or the character's changing in general, it's always fun for that to occur. And that has recently happened, which I kind of was snickering at. But yeah, so I'm enjoying writing book 2 because it's like this a continuation of Caliostro's life and Allison's life. So that's quite always interesting. But I do want to hurry up and finish the draft for book 2 so I can go ahead and do the other projects that I want to do. I wish I could just do all of them at the same time. I have done that type of thing, but it doesn't really work out too well. It's too much jumping back and forwards. Unless you're leaving a project for a while, leaving it alone to let it simmer, and then you're doing another project while that's happening. But I was like at one point doing 2 projects at one time. This just doesn't get you very far. Going to get this done this month. I have to get this done. I just do. And I'm going to focus and really try my best. If not, there's always more time. So, yeah, I guess you'll just see as the vlog goes on where I got to. But I'll be making another video for later this week, so look out for that section of the vlog, which probably will be coming up right after this session. So maybe I'll have better news. I don't know. The future. You never know the future. All right. See you on the flip side. Hello, all you ghoulish people. I am here for my writer's blog. I'm looking at my rock star self today. I have other recordings to do. But anyway. I got 2 sessions in this week. The first session that I did for this vlog on May 15th. This is the end of that same week, May 20th, which is a Saturday. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on Saturday. So I got 2 sessions in. They were okay, decent, but that still doesn't get me closer to the finish line of the first draft. What can I say? I'm working on it, doing my best, y'all. Um, no, that's not true. I definitely could do better. so I, so I kind of really wanted to tonight sit down and try to get a big session in. Why I feel like these vlogs are just like, by the way, you failed at the thing you were doing. Let's just say postponed. I didn't didn't get done in April like I wanted to, and May is looking kind of shoddy, but maybe something will turn around. I'll be able to get finished on that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so a lot of stuff going on as per usual. You heard it all before, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, I did actually get to sit down and mess with my Gammon tablet, which is my drawing tablet that hooks to my computer. Bad news on that. I paid over 400 some dollars for this drawing tablet. It has its own screen, is quite large. It's like a 22-inch or something for a drawing pad, maybe bigger than that, 24. And yeah, it can't really hook to my computer anymore because of the Windows 11 update that they put out. It fried the strongest power in my USB ports, so it can't handle the power of my tablet any longer. And yes, it was fine before that. And so now the tablet is only can be used as a second screen because it can also hook up through HDMI, but it does not give you access to the be able to draw on it. It needs the computer power to do that. So I have to wait until I get a new computer to use that drawing pad. But I do have really decent programs. I have the Adobe Create Studio that I pay for that I'm utilizing and learning to use so I could do my media marketing business that I wanted to start to hopefully get out of my other type of business that's physically demanding. So I did get to do some of that light study for that, which does connect to my writing because of doing my own book covers. Only book covers I plan to purchase from other people at this point will be Dewson, who is my artist for Caliostro series. I want to keep the artwork the same for that. So he will be doing the cover for the next 2 volumes in the series after the first one comes out, which is the cover has been done, which you've seen. So I am teaching myself to do book covers, and now all the future book covers of other things I release will be done by myself. So that's where I lie right now, where I stand right now for this writer's vlog. And I guess I'll see you in the next session, see how I am doing. Hopefully better than I am right now. And I'm back for the writer's vlog. This is being recorded on the 22nd of May, which would mark the 3rd week. Do you want to say the 3rd week? I mean, the way the month is falling, the way the dates are going to go, like May goes into a half a week at the end and then runs into the next half, the beginning of June. So, I don't know. Anyway, this is being recorded on the 22nd of May. I'm probably going to have to do 2 videos this week because I usually try to do 1 video a week, and then I think I'll have to do another video this week because next week I'm going to be super busy. I might not even make the time to get the recording in. So, I'm probably going to do it on the end of this week just to make for next week. Anyway. Besides that, um, things are going well so far. I could make no. Maybe I could finish the second act. I'm not sure. We'll see. I try to guess, but if I don't get to sit down, there's gonna be no writing getting done. That being said, I did get a few sessions in prior to this video. My daughter has finished 1st grade and she'll be starting 2nd grade at the end of this year. So that's exciting. And her school pictures are ready to go. And I did them myself. So I'll probably show them here just so you can see how proud I shall be of my little mini me, because she looks just like me. Um, in her photo, she's celebrating her Chinese heritage. The girl doesn't like taking pictures as much as mother, dear. But she does photograph well, nonetheless, as you can see. But yeah, we have to do that. Um, but yeah, so I've been, working tirelessly, not getting a lot of my writing done as much as I would like. It's just been dragging along a little bit. That is how it is sometimes. I'm going to try to do better next week to follow my schedule. It's just been a little crazy the last couple of months trying to get stuff done. And as I mentioned, I'm sure in the last video vlogs over the last 2 months, how my mental state has been a little rough because of the stress. I have a lot going on. One of the main things is like vehicle stuff. And I have to have a good vehicle for work, but it's been giving me such a headache because when I purchased this vehicle, I thought it was all good. But apparently, GMC, which is Chevrolet, they decided they were going to put out the Chevy Equinox Eco engine with a problem that they were aware of, and it consumes oil in a secret manner to the point that there's no leaks. Generally, it's internal, and it goes through your exhaust system, which destroys your exhaust system because it's not supposed to have oil going through there. They knew this when they put the engine out in Equinoxes of 2011 to 2015. Unfortunately, I had a 2011 and I purchased that in 2015. So a couple years old. It seemed like, oh, it's not that bad. The mileage was decent. But of course, the dealership wasn't aware of this. But it was a faulty vehicle from the start. And of course, I didn't find out about the issues, and they did not show up until the class action lawsuit was filed against them by groups of people who owned them. Um, but it's a class action lawsuit. It means you don't get much. Also, they were offering like they'll pay for the work you had done. But what if you had had no work done yet for that problem? Which is where I had set. So it was nothing I could get out of the supposed class action lawsuit besides getting screwed over. That's all that happened. I paid $24,000 for this vehicle, paid it off, never had a late payment. And right when I was ready to make the last payment, I found out that it has this problem that will start showing rearing its ugly head, which it did. So that really upset me to no avail. And that was like a year ago when this started, or so, a year or two, year and a half ago when I had to start dealing with this. So I just paid it off. So it wasn't any way for me to, I'm just going to get rid of it. That wasn't going to happen. And it's not so simple when you work for yourself just to be like, oh, well, let me just go purchase a vehicle. Yay. Like, and people are like, why don't you just get rid of it? It's not that simple. I have to have a good working vehicle. Not that this is at this point. But I keep it running. But I had to spend a lot of money to keep it running. Granted, it's not the amount of money that it would be if I had to go purchase and have new payments again, because I finally was having a moment where I didn't have, a car payment. But that is stressing me a lot because I have to get rid of it soon and figure out how to do that without a crazy, and interest rates on vehicle payments right now are ridiculous if you get anything half decent. So that's not the easiest thing. And I don't talk about stuff that I have going on in my life generally. I usually keep all my problems to myself. That's not always healthy either, but my family who lives with me are aware of it. But I don't really, you know, talk about what I have going on behind the scenes of what doesn't have to do with the channel. I'm kind of just that type of person. I deal with my own problems. I don't really ask for help, which is not a good thing. Um, so I'm dealing with that, and it has become quite one of the higher stress things in my mind because I have to have a vehicle to get to work. It's my livelihood. So I'm dealing with that, trying to keep that running until I can get a vehicle later this year. And I'm going to push and get one. Though the car payments are scary to think about it because they're around $600 to $700 a month for a vehicle that has very low mileage to no mileage which I am still trying to get used vehicle, but I don't want a used vehicle that has anything over 17,000 miles. To some people, almost new. Like, I don't want anything that has 30,000 miles or 40,000 or 60,000. Like, when I purchased this one I have, it had 60,000 miles on it. And the work that I do, it's already up to 190,000 miles over the last, I think I've had it for 6 years at this point. So, no, I've had it for going on 8 years now, because I got it before my daughter was born, the year before she was born. So she's 7 soon, next month. So it's like, and SUVs can go up to 500,000 miles. So it's not to the mileage, it's the oil consumption problem. Because, yeah, other things break on a vehicle, but yeah, anyway. So that's been all heavy on my mind, which is so much worry and trying to make sure you make enough money and make more money, that my writing sessions have not been happening the way I want them to. So it's not an excuse, it's just a fact of my life right now. But I will be making more time coming up with writing, so I really do have to finish Caliostro book 2 so I can move on to the other smaller projects. That being said, please look forward to that, and I'll see you again soon for the writer's vlog. I did manage to remember to do a video this week for the coming week, because I know that's going to be a busy work week for me. But I'm getting this one into for that week. I try at least get in a video a week, so this video will be for the week of May 30th. This is the 26th of May when this is being recorded. Ooh, I'm not going to probably make the deadline I set for myself to finish the draft for Caliostro book 2. My sessions haven't been getting in too often. Finishing up the school year with my daughter this month, and trying to get stuff said during her school pictures. Just a lot of the stuff that I usually, when I have free open time, I used to usually write. Free open time, there's no such thing. I don't know if I'm gonna make that. It's only like a couple of days left in May at this point, and it runs until like the mid of next week. But yeah, so that's fine though. It is what it is. But I will definitely have to finish by the end of June, so that'll be the plan, which you'll hear about in my next video, or whatever. The last video for the vlog that I usually do, like the week that the vlog is going to come out. So you'll hear about that, I'm sure, in that video segment. Even without talking about Caliostro per se, the other projects are impatiently waiting for me to finish the draft for this one. If you're not aware, I did start the GOW, which is the Goddess of Writing live stream, so that will at least get me to write once a week when I don't make my schedule, which my schedule plan is to write every day, or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When I'm really serious about a project, which I really need to get in tune with myself with this one, and that's right, every day, even if it's only like 2-3 hours at the session, which that still can yield a couple thousand words. You still can get a good amount done in that time. But you imagine if you were able just to do that every day with your free hour or 2 or 3 hours put towards writing, you could finish the first draft, no problem. But I did manage to make it through almost all of Act 1. In Act 1, it covers a good amount of the chapters in the book in this one, so that's not bad. I would like to have finished at least Act 1 all the way before I do the first GOW live stream in June, which is the 11th. I think it's the 11th of June, so which is our first stream in June. So we'll see. And that way I can be starting on Act 2. Which is Act 2 is actually a bit more beefier than Act 1, because that's usually how I write my 3 acts out. The first one has a decent amount of chapters in it, and then the middle is thicker than the beginning or the end, and then the end is the lightest as far as chapters that it holds. I believe that's how I have it. I just wanted to pop in with this video for that week, so that way I would always like to have 5 segments, and that's technically what I should have at least for check-ins for the vlog. But sometimes I only get like maybe 4 check-ins or 2 check-ins, but like with little clips in between. But I would like to have more of the talking partial sections if I can. Anyway, that's what I have so far. So I'll see you on the flip side. Hello, everyone, and this is the writer's vlog for June. I am. This is being recorded on the 7th of June, and this video will be going live on the 11th of June, which is the second Sunday in June. That being said, I did not finish drafting book 2 of Caliostro, which is my work in progress at the moment. A lot of stuff happening, a lot going on. I lost a good Horror 2 book 2 friend at PAX Panic. It's still quite fresh. It wasn't that long ago. It was still quite fresh and rough to, be on videos and talking about things, and you get emotional. If you see in the background, my lights are green, and the now dubbed PAX moon is back in the background, which is my desk moon, which if you saw my tribute video, which has introduced the now PAX Poetry Prompt Sundays, which will be my videos for the first Sunday of each month going forward, in honor of PAX's memory. So that's when I mentioned about the naming of my Dex moon as the PAX moon. Hence, it will stay green, and my lights when recording will be green in her honor going forward. She was such a great person and high energy, so expressive, and goth like me, which is, people don't necessarily expect goths or, those of the dark obscure to have such personalities, but it's usually quite the contrary. We usually do. So liking dark things and being fascinated by dark things doesn't really change the brightness of your soul. And people are quite confused about outer aesthetics and entertainment and things that they like. People outside of that person will think that that means you yourself have a darker soul, and that's not exactly how things work. She was quite bright and still will be bright going forward. So with that, you will continue to see green in my videos, since that was Pax's color. But back to Caliostro, I will finish it this month. That is definitely the plan for sure. I know I've said that for my April vlog and my May vlog, but of course I can only predict and I can only hope and then try to predict what I will do. But this time I really do have to finish it because I have plans to open the pre-orders for book 1 very soon. I have a date for that, but I have to make sure that that's 100% on when the pre-orders will open, because I would have a video announcing when the pre-orders open before that. So again, I really will have to work my butt off the next 3 weeks to finish this draft, and I just have to get myself in the seat in my office because that's where I draft and write my stories on my desktop. So that being said, that's where I am in the writing journey for this writer's vlog, because Caliostro book 1 does come out this year. I really wish PAX could have read Caliostro, Tale of Light Burton. It's still a little hard to believe she's not here, but it's always quite hard to lose someone and then to go on and realize that they're not going to be there anymore. So, that being said, look forward to Caliostro coming out in the near future. Will definitely be this year. That's where I am. It's not always easy to complete your goals in the time you set because you make plans and God laughs. But I am going to hunker down and make sure I get the first draft done, because I want to have the first draft completed before I even announce the pre-orders for the first book, because to me it's like you have that book prepared, even though you do have to run through beta runs and you do have to edit, self-edit, more, all the self-editing, and then the alpha run, and then more self-editing before the editor gets it. So there's a lot of stuff still to go on with that book, but I will feel more in a mindset of strength for it if I have the first draft done before book one is even announced for pre-order. So keep your fingers crossed for me that I will complete the first draft by the end of June. I'm going to do it this time. Let's stop playing. Stop playing, DL. You should look out for a video of when the pre-orders for Caliostro Tale of the Light Virgin Book 1 pre-orders are announced. Again, and if you are not subscribed to my newsletter, please do so. It is a bi-monthly newsletter, and I usually let you know things ahead of time before I even mention on my video. I always give a dark poem of some sort in the newsletter, and I usually like to also feed you some horror info, meaning about a creature and my take on such creatures of the night. It is a very fun newsletter, so if you're into the dark and obscure things, then check out the newsletter. As well, I like to have a author's corner, celebrating another author, rather that be indie or another author I have read. So always look out for that part of it. And I have the author's corner in the newsletter where I talk about what's going on with me, where you will find out things of Caliostro and other books that I have planned before I even do a YouTube video. So it's kind of like a heads up type of situation on that part. But yeah, if you want to join the newsletter, just check my description in my videos, this one as well, for authordltillery.com, and you can scroll to the bottom and subscribe to my newsletter. And I would appreciate it, so that way you can keep up with what's going on with me. And also when I do my books, I usually reach out to my subscribers and also the people who are subscribed to my newsletter if they would be interested in being betas and or alphas. That way you also know about those before I release a video over here as well, in most cases. That's like a getting it in my inbox type of information. Or if I have giveaways and things like that, then that's where you'll get the info. So being on my newsletter is a fun added bonus, more or less, if you like what I'm doing over here. I will be actually writing as this video goes live on Sunday, today that this video is up. I will be writing evening on GOW, which is the Goddess of Writing live stream that I run with Aphrodite Lee, Tamara Woods, and Dahlia Winters. We are the Goddesses of Writing. I like to put that together. I thought it was really fun, and we all kind of have like a sisterhood writer thing going on. So it may not always be all of us on there, but it will be a few of us at least. And you can come right with us no matter what you're working on, or just hang out. We actually have a special episode tonight. Again, I'm speaking in the future because this is being recorded on the 7th, but I'm speaking as if this is Sunday. We have a special live stream tonight where you might want to participate. It's really fun. We're doing a tropes rating episode where we'll be doing that in between doing our sprints and such and our chats, and you can join in the chat. Aphrodite made the game, and we get to like vote on certain tropes in romance, because we're doing romance this stream, least to beast, which is really fun, very Aphrodite. If you are interested in joining us at the live stream tonight, please do check my channel, and we will be there doing some writing sprints and some fun. And I will see you in the next one. Stay scared.